Airplanes are one of the most advanced ways to travel. We all know that. But let's be honest. Most people still don't know half the secrets. The ones that make flying easier, cleaner, and actually more comfortable instead of just tolerable. And the airlines are not going to volunteer that information. Whether it's your first flight or your 100th flight, here are 8 simple air travel tips you'll wish someone told you sooner. These aren't complicated hacks or travel guru nonsense. Just real, practical stuff that will make your next trip way better and smoother. So stick with me because number 7 is going to surprise you. Let's start with tip number 1, skip the hot drinks. Okay, so let's start with what you're drinking at 35,000 feet in the air. You might want to skip hot drinks like coffee or tea. Here's why. The water used to make those drinks often isn't clean. I said that, and that's true. It comes from tanks that are rarely sanitized properly. We're not talking about bottled water here. This is the water that runs through the plane's system. And studies have shown and found that E. coli and staph bacteria is in that water. Yeah, the kind of bacteria that you definitely don't want inside your body. Absolutely not. And here's the real kicker. Some flight attendants refuse to drink that water themselves. They've seen what goes on behind the scenes, and they're not taking chances, so you should not either. If the people who work on the plane and serve you that coffee won't touch it, maybe you should take the hint, right? Instead, you should ask for bottled water or juice. Sodas, fine too. I don't drink sodas, so that's fine too. Anything that comes sealed in a bottle or can. Those are much safer and a much smarter decision to make. Save the hot drinks for when you land or before you board the plane. Tip number 2, the dirtiest spots are the bathroom. Yes, here's something you probably don't know or you don't want to hear. But you need to know the dirtiest spots on the entire plane are the bathrooms. It's the tray tables and the seat back pockets. Yeah, those pockets in front of you that seem so convenient. They're full of trash from previous passengers, used tissues, food wrappers, old boarding passes, random junk nobody wants to claim or touch. And tray tables? Flight attendants say people actually change diapers on them. Dirty diapers on the same surface where you're about to eat your pretzels. Most airlines don't do deep cleaning either between flights. They do quick turnarounds, wipe down a few things, empty the trash bins maybe, and boom, the next group of passengers board the plane for takeoff. Those seat back pockets and tray tables, they're barely getting touched. So do yourself a favor. Bring disinfectant wipes. Keep your stuff in your own bag, not that mystery pocket, that seat back pocket. And never put food directly on the tray table, please, without wiping it down first. Your immune system will thank you. Tip number 3, fly in the morning. If you get to pick your flight time, always go with a morning flight. Always. Here's why. Delays stack up as the day goes on. It's like a domino effect. One delayed flight in the morning causes another delayed flight in the afternoon, which causes another delayed flight in the evening. The earlier you fly, the fewer problems from those ripple effect delays. You're basically getting in before the chaos starts. It's also smoother in the air. Morning flights usually have less turbulence because the air is calmer. Heat from the sun during the day creates more turbulence, especially in the afternoon. So if you hate bumpy rides or getting stuck in airports for hours, fly early. You'll actually arrive on time and you won't feel like you've been through a blender or a storm. Tip number 4, sit in the back for better service. All right, so we're going to discuss airplane seats. Not just legroom or window views, but actual service from the flight crew. If you sit toward the back of the plane, you might actually get better attention from the flight attendants. Sounds weird, right? Everybody fights for the front seats, thinking that they'll get better treatment. I know I do. I like to sit up front. But here's the reality. It's easier for crew members to offer extras discreetly when you're in the back. Snacks, drinks, and even blankets. They can help you without everyone else seeing and hearing and demanding the same thing. Up front, everything has to look equal. If one person gets something, everyone wants it. In the back, it's low-key VIP treatment without anyone knowing. Sure, it will take longer to leave plane because you have to wait while everyone gets their bags in the overhead bin and shuffles off the plane. But you might get treated better in the back the whole flight. Extra cookies? Don't mind if I do. All right, so let me take a quick pause here. If you're loving these tips and want to go even deeper, I've got something special for you today. And that's my travel secrets from the other side of the boarding gate. And it's a bundle, and it's packed with 30 insider secrets airlines literally hope you never find out about. We're talking about tricks that could save you hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands, depending on where you're flying to. Help you skip the stress of airport security and completely change the way you travel. Inside, you get it's a 40 plus page guide, 5 exclusive videos with yours truly, covering everything from what not to pack in 2025 to how to use airline compensation rules to your advantage, plus emergency cheat sheets, packing checklist, full 2025-2026 travel planner, and even an audio travel pep talk when you need that boost. This isn't generic like bring snacks advice, no. These are real underground secrets backed by experience and receipts. Yeah, I bring the receipts. One traveler used just one tip and saved over $200 on their flight. Right now, it's at a launch price of only $19.99. All of that, $19.99. But the price is going to go up soon. It won't last forever. I've dropped the link below in the description. Grab it, use it, and start traveling like you got insider access. Because now you do. All right, so back to the tips. Tip number 5, don't fully inflate your travel pillow. Got a travel pillow? Awesome. Those neck pillows can be lifesavers on long flights. But here's the thing. Do not inflate them all the way. Why? Cabin pressure changes mid-flight. You've probably felt your ears popping, right? During takeoff and landing. That's pressure doing its thing. Normally. And if your neck pillow's pumped to the max, it might actually burst mid-flight, or it will just get really uncomfortable as the air inside expands and you're not even aware of it. So leave a little air inside, just enough to support your neck without turning it into a balloon ready to pop at 35,000 feet in the air. You want comfort, not explosiveness. Trust me on this one. All right, tip number 6, order a special meal. We're going to talk about food, airplane food. Most people just accept the standard meal, chicken or pasta, take it or leave it. But did you know you can choose a special meal in advance? I'm talking about long haul flights. Vegetarian, kosher, seafood, gluten-free, no sodium. Airlines offer all kinds of options. And here's the kicker. They're usually healthier, often fresher, and served before the regular meals are served. And sometimes it's way more flavorful because they're not mass-produced for 200 people. You don't need a dietary restriction to request one of them either. Just choose it when you check in online or call the airline ahead of time. It's a free upgrade with no strings attached. More choice, better food, easy win. Why settle for mystery chicken when you could get something that actually tastes good? Tip number 7, window seats. They freeze. Here's one that might surprise you. Window seats are great for the view. Yes, I know, right? You get to watch the clouds, you see the sunset, you feel like you're in a movie. Well, here's what nobody tells you. They're also noticeably colder than the rest of the plane. The air outside at cruising altitude can drop to minus 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's insanely cold. And that external cold transfers right through the plane's wall. And guess who feels it most? You. Yes, the window seats get the worst of it. especially during the summer, believe it or not, when you're just light because you know it's summer. That's what you think, and you didn't think you needed a jacket. If you love sitting by the window, and honestly, who doesn't? Just layer up. Bring a hoodie, a sweater, a scarf, a light jacket, something. Don't depend on the cool for a blanket either, because like the tray table, those are not cleaned regularly. Don't be that person shivering for 6 hours because you wanted to see the Grand Canyon from above. Okay, let's move on to the last tip number 8. Don't abuse the call button. Let's talk about that little call button above your seat. On US flights, especially, flight attendants really want you to use it for emergencies only. And I mean actual emergencies. Feeling sick? Hit the button. See a safety issue? Hit the button. Absolutely press it. Someone having a medical problem? Call the flight attendant immediately with that call button. But requesting a Coke in the middle of beverage service when the cart is literally 3 rows away? That's not what it's for. And flight attendants see that button as an emergency button only, not a personal assistant buzzer. And hitting it for non-urgent stuff just annoys the heck out of them. I'm telling you, I heard it from the grapevine. They're already doing regular passes through the cabin. They're already coming around with drinks and snacks. So just wait your turn. Be patient. Don't be that passenger who treats the crew like servants. They remember you, and not in a good way. Trust me. So there you have it. 8 simple air travel tips that can actually make your next flight smoother, cleaner, and way more comfortable. Flying doesn't have to be miserable. Most of the problems that people complain about are totally avoidable if you just know what to do and what to say. Layer up for window seats, skip the sketchy coffee, wipe down your tray table, fly in the morning, sit in the back of the plane, don't overinflate your pillow, order a special meal, and don't spam that call button. Next time you're packing your bags and heading to the airport, remember the tips. Your future self will be somewhere over the Atlantic, sitting comfortably with a clean tray table, with your disinfectant wipes, of course, and a decent meal. And remember to also grab that travel bundle that I mentioned. You shouldn't fly or travel without it. You will definitely thank me later. Safe travels, and may your flights always be on time and turbulence free. Thanks for watching.